We are back, and it is hot outside, ladies and gents. It's hot, and I can't wear booty shorts because I gained 20 pounds.
Man.
I'm a fat bitch.
Not the undercarriage. We need that.
This is the first time I've been a fat bitch in the heat for about 4 or 5 summers. And I must say, my thighs are wet. They rub. They do that thing where they're like, you know what I mean? And then they get darker. Black girl.
Sweat in the back of the knee.
Black girl issue. Hair change. So I'm still trying to give wig. Like I don't want to. Ronda did a really good job getting me together, but I just had this inkling to, you know what I mean? Because my hair, it's just so much. I just want to. Ronda, am I okay? No. She gotta beat it down. I'm hot. What I want to do is.
You violated.
Guess what I want to do? Guess what I want to do? Huh? But I won't because I'm mature and I'm a podcaster.
My nigga, you look.
I don't give a fuck. It's hot. It's time for braids.
Look like you got a hoodie on.
And again, Rhonda is on point and I'm not. Is there something funny going on, Rhonda? Is there something funny?
Nike.
It's hot and it's time for me to change my hair.
You got a Nike Tech
so some
wig
options. On. A good option will probably be dreads. Or braids, or maybe straight backs with add-ons. Because at this point, the wig is past, I need a good shift. That's how I feel. Shift the wig, shift it. I hate it, I want it off. If I weren't here, I would peel it off. But I'm in Tyson's and they look at you funny when you walk around with a stocking cap.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
I don't give a fuck. This is me. I'm a black woman. It's hot outside. This cap is grabbing the back of my shit.
It's not the wig or the hair under. It's the combination.
Do you know what the fuck it feels like? Waves?
Actually, yeah, I do a little bit.
I keep hearing this funny ass noise. What's funny? Are you chuckling? What's funny about what's going on? What? Okay. I look amazing. It's time to change hair.
Hoodie.
So braids are better for summer.
Rhonda has dreadlocks. Let me tell you about Rhonda. This is my issue with Rhonda. Rhonda comes looking better than me, and she sits behind the camera. It irritates me. Most people that do production and shit, they look bad with the big headphones.
No, that might be what you're thinking. I don't think that's always the case.
Nigga, do you get prepped up, makeup, and have people shoot you all the time?
But this is what I'm saying.
I have never seen a bitch overdressed like Rhonda does, and it irritates me. Who's the star? She got long dreads. She look real cool. She got on a cool little shirt, makeup all done up. Damn, you pretty. Well, you pretty, ain't you? Pretty bitch. Round my way, you know what we do to pretty bitches? That's what we do.
Rhonda hands work. Stop playing.
I know Rhonda can fight what? I done lost a few. Don't be looking prettier than me on my shit. And if you watched episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I've been asking this nigga since that. Remember back when we were in that flea market? Where they sold cheesesteaks made of socks? Remember? Yeah. Smelled like feet in there. I can't remember what it was called. Go eat shit. What was it? Whatever. I told Rhonda then, stop coming looking better than me. Terrible news. They talking about the Migos broke up.
I seen that. Was that real?
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. Because they family.
We not doing that. We not doing that. That ain't even.
It can't be real. No way. Migos.
But from what I seen, it looked like it was like Takeoff and Quavo, and it looked like Offset on his own. That's what it looked like. But I don't know. I ain't believing it. Culture 4 might be on the way or something.
That's another thing that irritates me nowadays is like, you never know if something's for real or not. You know what I mean? Like, is it a publicity stunt? Is it real? For the love of God, I still debate about the Will Smith Chris Rock thing. People think that that's all a scheme. You know what I mean? You can't even smack the shit out of a nigga without nobody thinking you playing.
Speaking of Will Smith, man, remember every summer he used to come out with a big movie?
No. Sorry. Your legs look good. They're shiny.
Leave me alone.
I'm sorry. Phelps hates when I don't know what he's talking about. If I disagree with him, let's just talk about the debate we just had. Can you die from shock? Yes, you can. Phelps was right. I thought he was wrong. And Phelps takes it as a personal foul. Like he thinks that I'm saying it is wrong only because he's saying it. I'm saying it is wrong because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
So just say I've never heard of that. I don't know. Don't say you're wrong.
What did I say, Daddy?
You said no, Phelps. That's not right.
I never said that. He's a liar. He's a big liar.
I said no. We was talking about people jumping off of bridges and buildings and all that. I said you would die from shock before you hit the ground. You said no, you can't. No, you don't.
Speaking of that, I wanted to talk about that. 2 really pretty black girls committed suicide. One of them was like a college student.
Oh, that's sad.
I think she went to school in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm talking about? And with her suicide, like her last hurrah on Instagram, she said almost a mirror thing to the girl that was in media that committed suicide in February or January. Check on your friends,
What was
man.
their message? Like, what?
It was just something like, I'm sorry, y'all, I tried. But the exact words, y'all just complained about this on YouTube. That I don't know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Well,
we suck with details. Whatever, motherfuckers.
We trying. We trying our fucking best.
We is not the news.
We not really trying our best. So we're giving C
We not the
average
news.
try.
We like niggas on the porch, the aunt hanging out the window on the projects. We not the real news.
Number one goal of this podcast is what? What the fuck? Fired, the both of you. To make you laugh.
Oh, yeah.
This is a comedic podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
So like the information gonna be a little off, mommy.
Always.
You want real deal information? Go to Fox News.
Yeah,
It's like they're a bunch of white liars. Fox News lie all the time.
Oh, yeah, and the real shit, yeah, you feel me? We definitely here to just make niggas laugh. Like,
I mean, that's the goal. I talk about what I talk about, but I want to intrigue you a bit. Some of you say I educate you, which is cool, but I want to make you laugh. I'm lightening it up. Roll a blunt up and watch this. Watch this shit before work to unwind, especially if you got a tense situation.
Watch it in the midst of giving that hold up. This might be a good, like, you put this on and get to it.
Depending on what we talking about.
I might be laughing and still could get to it.
Yes. Like the Hitman Holla episode would have been a great one. We talked about his huge penis.
No.
And how good he eats vagina. Oh, God. He's such a good vagina eater.
I'm not watching.
Shout out to Cinnamon. She's so lucky. But I say she's so little, he probably just tosses her around like, here. Catch her. Throw her again. Catch her. Safely. Rhonda did it. I wish y'all could see what Rhonda just did. It was like it was good, though.
It's getting kinky on here. I think it's the summer.
Back to suicide. Suicide sucks. It's terrible. If you have thoughts of suicide, if you think about it or whatever, call a line, call a number, 1-800-SUICIDE, talk to somebody. Somebody will answer their phone, talk to you soothly. Don't be embarrassed about it. And check on your strong friends. The girl that killed herself in January, her mother was on a Red Table Talk, and it was like, it was just, she's like she's the pretty one. She's talented. She's smart. She's gorgeous. You know what I mean? I always explain to people depression because I don't think people understand depression. Depression is almost like a veil like this, right? So what y'all see, open, people that don't suffer from things like that, you see open, sunny room, nice day, right? You get that natural feeling when it's a nice day. Ooh, it's a good day. Depressed people don't see that. Depressed people don't see the good day or the nice day or the sun out or it's payday or it's the weekend. Depressed people have a veil. So sometimes they might get a little glimpse, right? You can see a little bit, but for the most part, it's dark. But that's what coping tools or coping skills do for you. They open and open and open until you can see. That's all it really is. It's true. I suffer from depression. When it's like this, I have things that I might do, but ultimately, you have to find what works for you, I've been around people closely that were depressed that are literally different people just on medication or just with working out. Working out releases endorphins, right? One thing I know that doesn't work is drugs. I know a lot of people that will smoke weed. I smoke weed. That's my thing. I smoke weed. Smoke weed doesn't fix depression. And also,
go ahead, because I got a question.
One thing I learned at my age now, coping skills change. So, for instance, if smoking weed helps in your early 20s, it may not help in your early 30s. Your coping skills, your coping tools should grow with you and change with you, and they have to be good for you. Nothing can come in before that. Not your family, not your husband, not your boyfriend, not your children. You have to come first for that, because you can't be a good mother or friend or girlfriend or wife until you are together, right? We advertise on here BetterHelp. That's great. Open up your cell phone and you can talk to a therapist whenever you want to, whenever you need to. I definitely recommend my people to talk to people and take it outside of your religious beliefs. I've seen a lot of religions tell people, no, you need Jesus and Jesus will fix it, and Jesus won't fix it. Or masjid, the masjid will fix it, salat will fix it. Sometimes it doesn't. You have to try different things. Some people are depressed because situations happen, situational depression, trauma, right? Other people are just born with low fluids. What does that mean? When you're driving your car and you need oil, it tells you ding, ding, ding. Some people are born that way.
Yeah.
My mother was depressed my whole life. My mother has been like not depressed the last 5 years or so, something like that. My mother can remember as early as being 3, feeling sad, feeling hopeless at 3. So when you think about it in a way of like that, you look at our family history and see, one thing that's interesting about my family is my great-grandmother, the eldest of our family, she lost it like the late 70s and early 80s. Nobody took her anywhere. Nobody did anything about it. She just went crazy. By the time we met her, as far as the great-grands, most of us being born in the late 80s, early 90s, she was already gone.
Sorry, out of it.
I mean, like, we would talk to her, and she was a good time, but she didn't make any sense. We would talk to her and she would say, oh, I remember I ate mashed potatoes with Martin Luther King. You know what else she did that was crazy? It was funny. She would play basketball. She'd be in the corner playing a little ball. And it's so crazy, ghetto, right? Even still, whenever it was like a street fight or something like that, she'd be right on it. She won the rumble. But besides that, and for the most part, what she did with most of her time was she would have composition books and she would write really small so you couldn't read it. And by the time she died, it was a room full of just composition books of just writing. You know what I mean? Her name was Pearl. I love you. We call her Poogie. And I remember we were so sad at the funeral of the great-grandkids, and we didn't even lose the grandmother that our parents did because they knew her.
Yeah.
The mom, the matriarch, they were blessed to be able to experience her. Unfortunately, it was nobody in our family to just take her to get a pill that might have helped her or talk to somebody that might have helped her. She lost her home. She lost her car. She lost everything. She lost her mind. And that was that. The big trend in my family is a lot of heartbreak. It's always a man at the core of it. I know I've joked about it on here before that there's no men on my mother's side. There aren't. Children, no men. Families ran with no men. So being a third, fourth generation of that, that's what you see, you know, having this constant feeling of wanting to fix that or not repeat that. And I think that's part of the reason why I've had these pseudo families without being married. But to me, that's the most normalcy I can see, or something that I saw on television or it seemed a little bit normal versus what I grew up around. A man to help, a man to take out the trash, a man to protect the home versus bars on the window and a pistol. That's what we had in the 90s. Shout out to my mom. She tried her best. You know? Were you going to say something?
Yeah.
I bummed you out?
Huh?
Did I bum you out?
No. With like depression, right? It seems like because what I hear a lot of times is like people on the outside in we can't kind of comprehend whatever the depressed individual is going through, right? If they not communicating it and we can't, how do you help on the outside looking in? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because at the
same, we've had this conversation before.
Because at the same time, it's like y'all telling a depressed person to seek help, to seek help, to seek help. If the depressed person could help themselves, they probably wouldn't be all the way depressed, right? So what is if I'm watching somebody, you feel me, go through what what's the suggestion for somebody that's watching somebody go through something, or how to help?
For me, as a person that goes through like severe, where I would be, I'm cutting off from people. I'm not talking to people. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not leaving my room. I'm not leaving my home, whatever, right? When people let me know that they are there, it's a good feeling. Now, not pushy. So not necessarily on the door, but hey, I'm around. You need me, let me know. Or sharing a joke, you know. Even texting like, yo, let me holler at you, I gotta tell you this crazy shit, whatever. But just the worst case scenario, I hate to say the bad part first, but the worst case scenario is what happens to me a lot, which is people get pissed off and they take it as a personal foul. You ain't answering my calls. Why you not talking to me? Well, I can help you with that. Well, why you don't talk? That is like the worst case scenario. A lot of times, people don't want to bring their shit on you. Like, I don't want to bum you out with my bullshit. And I'm sure I've already bummed you out with my bullshit. So it's a limit of that where I don't want to go too hard with that. So I think my answer, number one, would be to you for sure, would be like, yo, just to let a motherfucker know your presence is there. Hey, yo, I'm here if you need me. Yo, I'm around if you need anything, you know, or if you want to talk, I'm around. It's just as simple as that. Not too pushy, but not disappearing, not backing off, you know. Because no matter how much they're pushing you away, that's not what they necessarily want. Most of the time, they're trying to protect you from that shit because they don't want your shit to get like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're embarrassed about it.
It's like you can't cure the next person, you feel me? But it's like, if somebody's your friend, they gotta be able to feel like it's something they could do to help. And I know what you're saying, like, oh, that's a good feeling, but what is that? Cause like, for instance, them people that I don't want to just categorize, generalize like. Let's just say a lot of people that have suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts, or people who have committed suicide. Isn't it a track record of people checking on them?
I mean, I'm sure. Listen, the girl that we talk about,
because aren't people like, oh, I seen them, or when I was like, you know, I'm like, where can they be helped? Or I'm not saying they're helpless, but where is it? Like, it has to be something somewhere. You feel me?
I mean, ultimately, that person.
And I know it's not just one answer. I'm just saying,
of course. Ultimately, that person has to make a decision that they don't want to live that way anymore. Period.
Okay.
So, for instance, my mother has used whatever she used and came, you know, overcame that. So for her to see me, of course, it's a little frustrating. Because her thing is like, yo, this is the game plan. This is what I did. Won't you try this or whatever? I'm somebody that have never taken psych meds, and I'm like leery of it in a way. You gain weight. The fact that when you take psych meds, this might bust the depressed person that's watching this right now. You might go through 3-4 medications that don't work. And those medications that make you act strange or make you gain weight or make you look weird or make your hair fall out or make you not horny or whatever. That is a part of the journey. You got to figure out what works for you. And unfortunately, that's not you taking a pill for a day or a week. Sometimes you're taking this pill for 2 months to figure out that this shit doesn't work for you. In fact, it's horrible for you. But having the strength to, I'm going to tackle this, because what is the other option?
I was gonna say,
walking around like this.
You gotta be able to take the risk though, right? Sometimes
that person has to know that they want to do that and they're ready to do that, and that's not going to happen until then. The girl that I'm talking about, the model that worked on television, she had tried to commit suicide before. Like her mother, her family knew that already. Her mother gets a text. I think she got it like an hour late, and that fast she was gone already. By the time she called, they live in different cities. By the time she called, she had already jumped. You know what I mean, off a building. A lot of times I feel like people will reach out for help. Like they'll have an attempt, but a failed attempt, or they'll just announce it and it doesn't happen. But all of it, I think, is like a cry for help kind of thing. You know what I mean? But then you got them people that don't say nothing to nobody. They make that plan and they get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, that's what like, you know.
And they're suffering. Most of them are like, look, I don't like this. What's going on? I want to try something different. Yeah. And, you know, it sounds so morbid and it sounds so like, but it's like until you experience that feeling of like darkness and like just that suffering, you really wouldn't know what it feels like to want to escape from that, no matter what it is. Because we all know what this is like, but we don't know what the hereafter is like. We have faith that it's one way, but we don't really know. Now for me, you commit suicide, you go to hell. That's what I think about. Like, I'm gonna be punished for this. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but it's a bummer. I just want to put that out there. Check on your people. Don't stop speaking to your people. Don't mirror what they're doing. Don't not talk to them. You know what I mean? Let them know that you're around, that you love them, that you're here. You know, don't push too hard, you know. And you know, just try and read. I'm so tired of people telling people bullshit, you know, or people making their shit small, you know, or, oh, that's not, oh, girl, that is the worst thing to do, especially with the kids, the teenagers.
You saying like read the person, like pay attention to them.
Pay attention to them, but listen. So when this person tells you, I am fucking sad, I hate my life, no matter what you think they're supposed to feel, just listen.
Yeah.
Just listen, hear them out. I've never seen so many little kids committing suicide. It's ridiculous. These kids are getting bullied and they're literally like, I hate this, I want to die. And people are like, toughen up. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like you can't assume that a person has the strength that you have. You just can't, you know?
I think it's funny. I was thinking about like the suicide thing. Kids go with what they know. You feel me? I feel like the part of the reason that suicide rates also went up too is because they started putting that shit out on TV more. For like,
do you?
If you don't know to commit suicide, you're not gonna commit suicide. Kids have learned that that's an option. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying it didn't happen and we didn't have kids committing. I'm not saying that.
I understand what you're saying.
But when we was coming up, it wasn't no commercial for suicide. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It wasn't no suicide prevention. It was. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been.
I understand completely.
But now when you turn on the TV, you'll see. But I don't know if that came after the rise or because you know a lot of times shit be propaganda. You know they put the non-smoking cigarette ads out there for the reverse psychology for people to smoke. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
so I don't. No, listen. So I'm not saying that suicide is pre-programmed. I'm not saying
understand
that.
What you're saying.
But I'm just saying I wonder if kids didn't see that was an option, would they even think to do that? That's what I'm saying.
I think so. And the reason why I think so is because when you hate everything that's going on around you, I want out of here. So me running away is not doing that because I'm still here. So if I can figure out how to leave here, then I might try that.
Yeah.
The earliest I ever thought about, like, had a suicidal thought, I was probably like 8 or 9. So it's like, that's the 90s, that's before commercials. Like, I didn't necessarily attempt, you know what I mean? Or make a real attempt, but I definitely thought, I don't like it here. Like, I didn't like what was going on. So how would you get out of here? You would die. I mean, you know that you living, you're breathing. And also, the school of thought that you're coming from is almost similar to, and hear me out, some people feel like if you teach sexual education, you'll make kids have sex. Some people feel that when you bring health, use condoms, make decisions, have abortion, have adoption, that you're also introducing you can have sex. So when you think of it that way, would you rather too much information or not enough? You would rather too much, right?
Too much. What you mean?
As far as, would you rather having a commercial with the suicide prevention hotline or having that television special that the kid tries to commit suicide and they learn versus nothing?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
And when you think of it that way, that's why it works. And that's why we add on versus take away.
But the only reason I would say it like that, like, I'm not in the minds or the shoes of a kid, but say if I'm going through something, right, and I want to find an escape. I'm tired of this. I want to da-da-da. If as a kid, my options are, if I see a commercial for suicide and the kids say, oh, that's what I'm feeling. That's what they could go on Google, look it up and say, oh, wow, it's other kids like me. Sometimes I'm not, I feel like if somebody say, okay, it's somebody else out here feeling like that too. Okay, we in the same boat. That's what we do. However, if maybe if they did see something else, on the other side of it, I'm just saying maybe that also could have swayed them. You know what I mean?
Right, but that's why my question to you is, would you rather having the information or not?
No, I'm saying they gotta present it another way. Like it had. Like, I don't know. I'm not the specialist. You feel me? But sometimes, like this is what I'm saying. On the outside looking in, when I just see it, it don't look like it's solution based, or it don't. You know what I mean? It just don't look like it's nothing good coming out of it. It just look like suicide hotline. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
But that suicide hotline, right? You call that number, it's a person saying, "Hey, you all right? You want to talk?"
No, I'm not. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just.
I don't think you're saying it's
bad. The
bad.
presentation of it just doesn't. It's not given like you like it's going to be help here. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, you saying when they answer the phone, yeah, but it's like the music be sad and
right.
If anything, just make it a black and white. Like I don't know, it's just the presentation of it to me. Just it don't look like it's helping the presentation of it. That's what I'm saying.
And I understand, but when you call that number, the person is literally like, "You all right? You want to talk?" It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, I believe that.
And if you in a situation where there is no fucking person to talk to, you could sob on the phone. This motherfucker listen to you sob.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then next, this person will say, "Hey, I can send somebody over there to help you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have crisis teams, not even the police, where people would just come over and talk to you, probably take you to a psych ward, but in the middle of that, they're having that. So imagine a kid in a small town with no other fucking option.
Yeah. Like, all right, so that's what I'm saying. Like, as people who going through that, is the whatever they putting out there, do they feel welcomed to it? That's what I'm saying. On the outside looking in, I'm saying it don't look like is it welcoming to them?
Shit, you gonna call that motherfucking number?
Right, that's what I was saying. Like
you gotta think about it like this. You're not comfortable enough to tell your friend.
Right.
You're not comfortable enough to tell your mother.
Right.
You're calling a fucking stranger.
Right.
And talking to them.
Right.
Worst case scenario, you just gonna say hello and hang up.
Yeah.
That the voice is, "Hello, how are you?"
Yeah. Okay. That's,
you know what I mean?
Also, it's probably a little harder for you to grasp because not that you're not getting what she's saying, but you aren't suicidal.
No, I get that's what I'm saying. I get what she's saying.
How it appeals to you is going to look different than how it would appeal to somebody that's actually
had felt that.
Feeling that, and they're looking at that commercial or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
See, it's like, damn, this would make me call.
Right.
It made the person who needs it.
And no, that's why I'm asking, because I'm like, I'm not in those shoes, so I'm.
And for the most part, if not for nothing, just the curiosity of it, when you call and that voice is so soothing, it's like, oh, all right. And even if you just cry and they listen to you cry, they're like, it's okay, you all right?
Yeah.
You want me to call an ambulance?
Yeah.
Did you hurt yourself? Have you taken anything?
Yeah.
Have you without that, what the fuck else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, what other option? You're not going to call a pastor.
Yeah.
You're just not. If you don't even have this nigga's number.
Yeah.
And we talking somebody 10 years old. You don't have anything. Your mother's at work. Your siblings running around. That shit come across your television screen. You got that phone number. You got a phone. Now you have another option. Hello? They absolutely positively help. For sure.
Now look, the way you broke that down was beautifully, right?
Mm-hmm.
For children, is there a way that they can, you know what I mean? I don't feel like children are necessarily just going to pick up a phone and just.
Why not? If you think about it.
Oh, no, I'm not saying they're opposed to it. I'm not saying they're opposed to it, but when kids committed suicide, like, did they speak out on it more as opposed to like an adult or a 15, 16-year-old?
I mean, it's no way to really gauge that, Phelps. But I will say that option, being an option, is vital. You know what I mean? And I'm saying in a way of, look at it, if there wasn't an option. Like, if there's no option, there's no suicide numbers, nothing. Who are you going to talk to? Your guidance counselor?
No, listen, I know I agree with what you're saying, but like as a kid sometimes, like, so say if you suicidal as a kid, right? One of your problems might be adults. You know what I mean? So like if I feel like an adult is going to answer this phone, like am I going to call and be, you know, and speak to an adult?
And the reason why I'm saying you would is because that's the most hopeless that you are.
Yeah.
So there is no other option. You have to. Well, let me say, and that's why what she said is important if you've never felt it, which is a blessing, of course.
Yeah.
But that's a hopelessness kind of thing.
Yeah.
You ain't got no motherfucking hope. You trying anything. Even if you drinking bleach, like you don't have any other hope.
Yeah.
So that number, you motherfucking right, you probably call that number if it come across your television. You in your room alone.
I'm just trying to think of it like a solution for it to. People won't kill themselves, but I feel like the kids killing themselves thing. I just feel like it's something that could be done to slow it down or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's a rising rate, it can be a falling rate.
A lot of the rising rates are tied in with bullying, though. And then bullying got more intense because of social media bullying. So it's like before you got bullied in your class, on your bus. Now the whole fucking school, in the other school, you getting bullied as a unit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And parents don't know what to do. Right now, if you had a 10-year-old, right? What the fuck would you tell them? You don't know. The same way we having this conversation, you really don't know. What the fuck are you going to tell your 10-year-old when you don't know? And you paying the bills and you trying to get this nigga through school and you trying to, you know what I mean? So,
but that's why I said I mean to cut you off. That's why I ain't like that shit with parents embarrassing their kids. I don't believe in that. Like on the internet, because what are you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's getting to be too much of a bummer. If you are, I don't know if Drake could put it under here, but if you are having some type of suicidal, even if you don't put the number, you can literally Google it. Call. Those people are pretty nice. You know what I mean? They got nice voices, like girl sex voices, kind of. You know what I mean? Rhonda has a girl sex voice. Like, hello. It's nice. You know what I mean? Like, worst kind of words that might get you a little ready.
That was way too serious.
Beat off.
Like, we gotta.
Why not? A person that has felt a depressed person can make depression jokes. A person that's ever had a suicide thought can make suicidal jokes. I have a rack of suicide jokes.
That's fine.
I mean, they're hilarious.
You go on suicide tour, but we're not doing that right now.
Oh, nigga, I just did it. What you gonna do?
We're not doing
You know what I mean? It's done. In fact, I said you call the suicide number, you might jag off if the girl sounds like Rhonda. Turn this thing around. Whoop, whoop, wipe
you
it
look
off.
for a chuckle. I ain't laughing at that.
Rhonda's broken up about it. All I need is one. All I need is one. Ba-da-bop. Anyway, that was a bummer. We just bummed you out for 30 minutes. Maybe Drake could chop that up. That's a lot. Wow, I opened my phone to this. Wouldn't that be something? Whoa. Woo woo. Listen,
I be having questions though.
I know, and it's like, nigga, let's talk later. Like, what the fuck? We just did that for 50 minutes. Okay? Now we got to change the title to Suicide Awareness. Thanks, folks. I wanted to breeze through that. Okay?
You welcome. What the fuck you mean? Thank you.
Anyway, listen, something terrible happened on Twitter the other day. Tom was canceled on Twitter the other day. I didn't know if I wanted to talk about this, but it's like, now that Tom's here, I figured that we'd talk about it. Tom, that was so... Damn. Tom? Fuck, he must have stepped out. Tom was canceled the other day. It was ridiculous. I want to gently, because he's not here, but I know he wouldn't mind me speaking about it. Tom was in a group. First of all, it's very strange because me and Rhonda had a phone conversation about people being in a chat room or like a room talking about stuff. The topic was Kevin Samuels. Whenever men had an opinion about Kevin Samuels that was kind of opposite to what the women were thinking, right? The women were like a team of covert spies, and they would go to these guys' personal pages and find different tweets or postings where they might have been misogynistic or been colorist, homophobic, whatever, and they was ripping these niggas apart. And Rhonda was just talking to me about it like, yo, this shit was crazy. These bitches was working as a team and da-da-da. And I'm like, what? That's wild. Literally happened the next day. Tom is in a group. Tom is in a fucking group, a group with some gals, and I think they were talking about Meg Thee Stallion. He makes a comment they don't like. They go to his page, they find a post from 2014, and they rip my nigga to shreds. To shreds.
What was the old post?
The post was fucking horrible. Now, cause we gonna tread lightly on this bitch. We gotta tread lightly because y'all don't fuck around, and I love y'all. Y'all like me, you know, like people, attract like people. Y'all want niggas to be accountable. You gotta respect it. Okay, first of all, I hate this that's done. It's popular on Twitter. You'll take a meme that's popular, that's viral, and you'll type it out as if it's your own. A lot of people don't know Tom's history. Tom got a job for a really huge blog at a really young age by having outrageous tweets. A lot of you trolls at home, tweet. You ain't got no motherfucking followers, let alone get a job. My nigga Tom was able to kind of build a little career for himself. Well, a big career for himself. I'm running around it. The tweet was...
This the old tweet or the new tweet?
This is the old tweet. It was a meme. It went viral. Oh,
fuck that.
Shit.
I got robbed with my son.
If a light-skinned girl tells you...
Oh, no. See, as soon as you... Damn. Go ahead.
If a light-skinned girl tells you, I'm going to fight you when I see you, you pretty much know she flirting. If a dark-skinned girl tell you, I'm going to fight you when I see you, you got to punch the bitch. It's a horrible fucking joke.
Tom Fly said that?
Tom Flies typed it out. He typed the meme out. Now, in 2014, I kid you not, Tom might have been like 18 or 19, right?
Let me do the maths.
Don't do the math, nigga, please. Let's not do the math. This is what I'm going to say. First and foremost, it's dead wrong. Depending on what you like as a joke.
That's like when they catch the white rapper with the old niggas tweet.
I mean, it's bad. It's horrible, right? It's horrible, but is it cancelable? Is that the cancel?
No.
Number one, Tom is for sure a lover and a protector of women. Like, he is the best bro ever. Like, he is a loving person. Not only that,
Tom also stepdaddy.
I mean, listen, he's listen
to a brown woman.
Rhonda just said, and I had to say Rhonda just said.
I was trying not to say all that. Go ahead.
Tom's girlfriend is dark skinned. She's gorgeous. She's dark skinned. I don't think Tom see color. You know, we talk about women being attractive. Tom's not one of them, light skinned girl. Not to say if light skinned girls are your preference that you're a bad, horrible person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But Tom, he likes women. It's he doesn't have a preference on color. And the girl that he's in love with, he's been with for years, raising kids with, is dark skinned, period. In fact, when he was in the middle of being canceled, he was in the middle of taking this girl to this beautiful date, spa, this, that, hot tub champagne. Listen, it's unfortunate that it came out the way it came out, but I think it's good that it did because he knows to delete that and get rid of that. And also, when you're on a platform, more people are looking at you. So stuff like that matters. The part that confuses me, because I've seen a lot of people go through a lot of different shit like that. When people are on these social media apps from teens up, where is the growth allowed at? Like, so you can judge me on my tweets from when I was fucking 15 or when I was 20. If I've been on an app from 25 to 35, you can judge me at 25 and say, fuck what I'm doing at 35. It's crazy. I think the problem with it the most was the responses to it. So I started getting tweeted. And people were like, you need to fire him. Da-da-da. I'm thinking you bitches talking about Meg Thee Stallion. So you know my response, fuck you. That's my friend. I'm not firing nobody, bitch. I never knew that it was about a fucking meme. Once I see the meme, I say, yo, that's bullshit. It's a horrible joke, right? Now, the question is it funny? Is it allowed to be funny? When are we allowed to be funny and not be funny?
If I laugh, I laugh. I ain't gonna hold you.
God damn it, I got suicide jokes. Like, come on. My shit is not, like, my sense of humor is fucking dark. It always been.
Black people joke at funerals. Like, I don't.
Bro, that joke is not funny to me only because it was so overdone. It's kind of corny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's kind of like bullshit.
You delivered it nice, though. It made me laugh.
All jokes, listen, for the most part, right? To me, the jokes that are funny to me are the reality ones. When girls say, I'm gonna fight you when I see you, they trying to fuck. That's my personal opinion. So the joke don't make no sense. To me, dark-skinned girls ain't tougher than light-skinned girls. Tougher than most of you bitches. Anyway, fights. You know what I mean? That myth of the light-skinned bitch ain't gonna fight. You got the wrong one. I slide this week off. Okay.
Yeah, we seen you. Stop.
Either way, it's just bullshit to me. Like, listen, the appropriate way to handle it, he should get online and say, yo, that joke is violent. It's colorist. I don't feel that way. It's not funny. I apologize. But fuck off if you judging me when I was 18 or 19, bitch, because I'm grown. I'm almost 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But besides that, what the fuck do you want? The responses I see, it's nobody trying to teach this motherfucker. It's nobody saying, well, damn, we thought you, whatever. For the love of God, you're not even taking 98% of what this nigga is. You rather take the 1 or 2% of a fucking tweet from 2014. That's the part that I don't fuck with y'all about.
That's what they do.
I really feel like people want to be angry. They want to be upset. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. At what point, I feel like with my people, black people, I feel like we don't have no room for that shit, that cancel shit. I feel like we don't have enough. It ain't enough of us to kick us the fuck out. We need to be teaching each other, loving each other, because we're tougher and we're stronger together versus apart. So why not at least try with each other first before we kick each other out? We supposed to kick this nigga out the clan? We got to just kick him off the ark? Noah's Ark, 2 llamas, 2 lizards. We just got to kick Tom's skinny ass off the boat just because he don't show up to the podcast. Tom, I love Tom. Y'all ain't going to make me stop being a nigga friend. Not to mention in real life when my friends make mistakes, I stick by them. When my friends fuck up, I stick by them. I'm a loyal bitch. Okay?
We don't run.
I don't kick nobody to the fucking curb. I gotta kick you to the curb after I know you a piece of shit. I know you an asshole. I don't have friends that beat on their girlfriends. I don't have friends that beat on their girlfriends. I don't have deadbeat daddy friends. I got good niggas around me. And Tom's a good nigga. That tweet's wrong.
You wrong, Tom.
And you even wronger for typing out a meme. What a dweeb. Like, be creative. I'm an Aquarius. I hate that. Like, you had to type out a meme. I remember when that shit was popular, though. It's a lot of bullshit on the line. Just like y'all always say, light-skinned girls have big heads and missing side teeth. I just got this motherfucker.
Who's y'all?
Y'all say that about light-skinned girls all the time. Light-skinned girls that are over 30 that got missing side teeth and felonies. That's me. Hit dogs holler bothers me. It's a teeth joke going around right now online. Ron, do you want to talk about it? Well, then we won't.
Light-skinned girls dark up under the ass. That's it.
I had a woman told me one time, I had a lady tell me one time, you light-skinned bitches always got runny noses. Another guy told me that light-skinned girls, matter of fact, my best friend, when we first met, she was like, light-skinned girls have more STDs and their vaginas smell more. I hear a lot. Yeah, you never heard that?
They not.
Well, you're not light-skinned girls. Even though my experience as a light-skinned girl doesn't count. It doesn't mean anything. My experience doesn't count.
Why?
I don't want to talk about it. My sisters told me it don't, so it don't. I'm tired of fighting about it. But yeah, I hope, did I do that all the way right, Rhonda? As a brown-skinned woman, if you seen something like that, how would you feel? Is that cancelable to you?
No. I think if I saw it in its original form, like as a meme, I would have just laughed about it. Mm. If I saw it in a tweet from a person that I'm cool with, see, I know Tom. It's hard for me to answer the question.
Because you know trumps with the tweet.
Yeah, and I also know that he sometimes plays around with Twitter like that.
Like, definitely a troll. But
that's also from 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. I understand canceling people like R. Kelly, but I think in a small moment like that, just be like, yo, no, don't do that no more. Like, I don't want to cancel Chris Rock. I hated his joke to Jada.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we should cancel him.
Right.
Don't tell that joke no more. It was bad.
It was corny. Right. It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny.
It was kind of funny to me.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah, that's whack.
It was like the easiest joke. It's like calling a fat person fat to offend them. They know. Yeah,
she got a bald ass head. She got a small ball. I would have really went on the sides of her head. It's very little, like a Skittle. She has a Skittle. She's a Skittle head. She has a small Skittle.
I think the joke was funny to me because I didn't hear it live. I was like, oh, what happened? It was like, he called her G.I.G. That's why I said
no, corny. I'm a fan. I don't know. I like funny. I don't want my Comedy Center. I really, really don't.
But I have cackled and died at shit that some people might think is not funny. Like, that's not funny. Oh, it was funny.
You laugh at all my dirty jokes. You was cracking up about my suicide shit.
It was a great segue. You was trying to get out of the topic, and it was a really
Thank
good one.
It was raining this motherfucker.
I was about to cry attention.
Yeah, she did text me. She's about to cry. What a pussy. What a puss. Yeah, me personally, I don't want nothing censored. I don't want my music censored. I don't want my comedy censored. And honestly, if you feel that shit burning up in your chest, I don't think you should be on social media, really, because it's a wild place. And you see some wild shit, and you gonna hear some crazy ass jokes. And if you on this fucking tirade to like fight the world, you ain't gonna do that. Believe end up angry. Whatever happened to unfollowing a person or not looking anymore? You motherfuckers look and fight with the same people every day. You know what's more heavier to me than somebody tweeting somebody like that? Something where it's like they have a nightclub and they don't allow dark skinned women in.
Yeah, that's the
like
one.
that is an action play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Talking shit is talking shit. I'm from Philadelphia. Like that's what the fuck we do. We talk shit. And my jokes are foul. In fact, if you want to hear my fouler jokes, you can catch me on Patreon telling real nasty jokes. But I bow. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because the chicken was sucking dick. I want to teach a sucking dick course. I've taught at least 3 or 4 friends how to suck dick. You don't need none. I'm a really good cocksucker. Like I'm really good at it. You always make me laugh, Rhonda. Me and Rhonda want to fuck each other.
When women aren't having sex, do y'all still try to go out and suck dicks?
No, not me. Like
you
would
still
you
have the urge to suck dicks?
Like do you ever have like you got damn I got like you wake up like damn I want a cappuccino, get a good cocksucker off today.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you know I got the taste.
Like
I want to go to the gym, suck a dick, and do some yoga.
Okay.
Really? If for me to want to suck a dick is him more. You know what I mean? Like I might want like it's like, oh, I really want to suck Jerome's dick. But for me, I gotta get a good dicking after. Like very rarely am I like sucking dick without a good dicking. You know what I mean? Like I'm so selfish, I don't even suck dick on menstrual. Nope. Unless you ready to get nasty. You know what I'm saying? Lay the towel down. Lay the towel down. It's the last day. It's the last day. It's a lie. I'm on day 2, nigga. What's up? Grow the fuck up. You gonna walk through mud, nigga. That's gross. I'm old though. Kinky.
I'm cool on the red light.
Put it in my butt. You don't ever?
I could wait.
You know what I thought was so crazy?
I feel like niggas be too horny. What's 6-7 days, bro?
Fucking forever. Not to mention when you're on your period, you're so horny.
It's your business.
Wow, he's a fucking asshole. Wow.
The period's your business any other time, motherfucker. How come? So look, how you go when it's horny? It's our problem, but any other thing that got to do with that is y'all. Like, come on, don't do that.
No, nigga, go get me some chocolate and some pads, nigga.
All right.
Straight
Whatever.
up, like support me through this shit, motherfucker. It's the worst time. I mean, your menstrual it's horrible. It's a horrible time. It's so terrible. It's painful.
I'm not speaking on that. I don't.
You shouldn't speak on it, love. I think that's where y'all get in trouble a lot.
Now
you speak on shit that has nothing to do with you.
I just said when it comes to that, we can't say nothing.
But if I say,
but everything, all that, I'm everything else pertaining to that. Like, come on, you just contradicted yourself. Go ahead.
I don't give a fuck. It's my menstrual. My shit is I'm homicidal and suicidal.
So I just said, if you horny on your menstrual, that's your business.
How's my business? You my man.
Because the menstrual is
it. I don't. It's your
Rhonda,
business.
Please help Rhonda. You just
no seriously. Does that make any sense to you? If you talk about in a sexual manner, you and your menstrual is your business. You're my man. Like what the fuck? If we want to have sex,
the menstrual, you making it sexual. It's not sexual. That's a menstrual cycle, nigga.
I didn't say it was sexual, hun. I said the relationship part is our sexual part.
And once you say menstrual, that's oil and water. That's like I know that be happening.
Phelps, I know. I would say
I know niggas
majority
is nasty.
people. No, I don't know about niggas being nasty, but majority of people I know in a relationship have some kind of sexual something during the period, especially when they're in a relationship because y'all. That's what y'all do. So this big block of time where you can't do anything, you doing something. Some men expect head. To be honest,
you speak from a relationship. You know, I speak from the streets. So
can I tell them your dirty secret? So you said the streets. Can I tell them what's up?
Oh, yeah. I don't care. I tell
Phelps
people
has never been in a relationship ever, not once.
Nope.
So then when you think about his thing, like his pattern of thought, doesn't it say a lot? Fucking tard. Okay, so
I don't got no baby moms. I ain't break no hearts. I could go back on anything. Damn near.
It's time though, baby. Would you say it's time?
What does that mean?
It's time to try it out, motherfucker. To go with one woman and have a relationship. You don't think it's time?
I still got, you mean, a couple more years. I don't got no gray hair yet.
Listen, okay, look, let's whatevs. This was a wild episode. I think I'm gonna do the sucking dick course on the Patreon as well. Whatever. I just needed them to know that. I have a voicemail. I think I do. Are you ready? I want you to say, yeah.
And I tell
Thank you, Randy. You're the only one.
Tell them all the
Hey,
time.
Mona. I got a little bit of a question / for your advice. I am talking to someone that is clearly in a relationship, but I just got out of a relationship myself, and I'm really not trying to jump back in with anyone. I'm just trying to chill, and I feel like with this dude, it's like easy. Like, he texts me all the time, but I don't got to pull up. I don't really got to do too much because he got a girl. But I'm kind of feeling bad in the fact that I don't want my karma, it's like the karma to come back to me, if that makes sense. Like, do you think I should be cautious? Like, I don't know. What's your advice? Sorry. Thanks.
What's the question? What was the question? I don't get it.
She don't know whether to keep dipping or not because she don't want karma to come back on her ass, but she already dipping. So
Give me one more chance, please.
Hey, Mona. I got a little bit of a question / for your advice. I am talking to someone that is clearly in a relationship, but I just got out of a relationship myself, and I'm really not trying to jump back in with anyone. I'm just trying to chill, and I feel like with this dude, it's like easy. Like, he texts me all the time, but I don't got to pull up. I don't really got to do too much because he got a girl. But I'm kind of feeling bad.
You are absolutely, positively, absolutely 100% wrong for talking to somebody that's in a relationship. Karma counts. You are out of your relationship right now. Bitch, you will be in a relationship at some point, and it does come right back on you. When I was a kid, I could play the side joint. 20, 21, rest in peace, Nino. I did that. You know what I mean? But as far as my age now, I can't. Right? Some of you bitches been a side bitch so long, you automatically shut the fuck up when the phone ring. Because you can't talk and you can't call. And you got to see the nigga on the 15th of February and the 26th of December. Lord Jesus, ain't you tired? Don't you want your time on the main stage, girl? You deserve it, Shaquita. You ain't got to be somebody mashed potatoes or string beans all the time. You a goddamn piece of steak. I think it's wrong. I think karma is real. And I think almost every time you play with that, it comes right back on your motherfucking ass. And it's worse because you chilling. You ain't even looking for a relationship right now. So 2-3 years from now, you get in a relationship and voila, big butt Buffy fucking your boyfriend from around the corner. You run into this bitch at the dog park and she got your man. Giving all that ass to him and you ain't got no ass. SpongeBob SquarePants. He go over there to smack them cheeks. Her ass fatter. Her chicken fried harder. That dick suck better. Gong, gong, gong.
And she quiet.
This motherfucker. At the end of the day, it's wrong to fuck with people in a relationship. It's not right. Don't do it. Especially if you just fucking around. Leave that girl's man alone. I ain't into it. It's not my thing. Married niggas, boyfriends, I don't fucking do it. So that's my advice. Leave that shit alone. And yes, it will come back on you. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Fuck karma. Just the energy on it. It ain't right. Okay? Do I have a DM? I do. I do have a DM for you. Hey, I started watching your podcast and you said something about girls keeping babies when the dad don't want the baby. I have a question because I have my daughter with someone who didn't want me to have her. So I told him I didn't want nothing from him and he won't hear from me ever. He didn't change his mind. Now 6 years later, he's making my life a living hell. So like, in your opinion, what would you do? The baby is here. That is half his baby. For love of God, the nigga get a couple dollars. He's taking your black ass to court. There's nothing you can do about it. The only way that you can protect yourself in this way, when you say to the guy, look, you don't want nothing to do with it, he got to sign them rights off right then and there. Legally, legality. If not, it's free range. Now, if this motherfucker is not taking those steps legally, then fuck it. Keep playing games with him and run around if you want. But do remember that daughter is going to be 13 with a period. And she going to ask you a motherfucking question with her head cocked like this. Because she done found this nigga on Facebook and he tells her that you're the reason why y'all can't talk. These little children are not property. They're not owned. They're people. And kids want to know their motherfucking daddies. Think about it that way. The teenagers you're going to talk to, the adults you're going to talk to. Think about it in that way. And niggas not supposed to be able to come back and forth, moms or dads, but do it the right way and they make that motherfucker sign a dollar line. They don't want nothing to do with that kid. Damn, I'm good at this. See you next week. Oh, manifestation. What are we manifesting? What are we manifesting? Huh? Phelps
voiceovers again. What?
Phelps to get a girlfriend.
No, they gonna wild
me,
out.
Probably me. And
no.
And repentance from time.
It's
Time is seeking repentance. Please forgive time.
Summer.
Lord, we can't get. We just started. Please don't cancel us. We's a ties, and Lord, I know we's a team. Lord, you can't cancel. We just pulled niggas from Philadelphia. He didn't mean that.
I need my girlfriend to be 48 with 6 figures.
He just need a girlfriend because it's getting weird. It's getting weird. All right.
Now you just call it.
I called him a weirdo. Fuck you. All right.